When I keep thinking the Switch eShop sales are going to calm down, they top them up with another batch of deals, and this week it remains close to 2,000 games on sale. It's just been a crazy few weeks for discounts, it's not slowing down, and I really do again like this batch that should have something for everyone. My name's Alex, this is SwitchCorner, and today I have 15 games for you all covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. I also then have a winner to announce for a $10 eShop gift card later in the video, and one more to give away. To enter, drop a comment down below and that winner will be announced in next Thursday's video. We also just hit 55,000 subscribers, thank you all so much, and if you do enjoy this video and you're not already, consider subscribing, help us out on that next push for 60,000, the support means a huge amount. We're starting with Lonely Mountains Downhill. It's 60% off and new at low price, and this is a downhill biking game, and if that wasn't obvious already, where you explore and race through a variety of mountain landscapes. As some examples, forest trails, rivers and desert landscapes. Your only job is to get to the bottom in one piece, but that is more difficult than you may expect. I will also warn you the perspective means controls take a little while to get used to, but overall it is incredibly rewarding. It also ramps up the difficulty perfectly and starts somewhat simply, but before you know it, it will be wanting perfect runs out of you. My review is in the pinned comment, and things like competing for best times here is great fun, and there's even some paid DLC if you do want to expand upon the experience. Rustler is a medieval spin on the classic GTA formula with an immature sense of humour, and I also reviewed this one, so find that video below. Now, I generally thought this was good fun. It's kind of a rags to riches story, and you'll explore and face missions to elevate your status in this world. Expect different cops to be after you constantly, a unique collection of weapons, horse-based traversal, and some unique side quests. The highlight for me was dressing up as the Grim Reaper and scaring the different locals. I did have the occasional bug admittedly here, but I was able to get over them, and it's a returning discount, a massive 90% off. If you didn't see already as well, I dropped my performance review for Red Dead. If you do want another open world experience, I'll be linking that in the comments too. So I mentioned a new release there, Red Dead, so let's talk about another one briefly. Vampire Survivors. It got a 10% launch discount, and it is as addictive as they say. Now, they dropped the game alongside 2 paid DLCs. They are a couple of bucks each, but if you like the idea of strategically leveling a character to overcome hordes of enemies, then absolutely come here. I was impressed, hence the shout out today, and it was budget to begin with. I'll also link my recent review of this one in the pinned comment if you do want to learn more. M++ is a genius game that deserves more love. My first experience was on Theta, and I couldn't wait to pick this release up. It is a simple idea: get a stickman to an exit through progressively challenging levels, and it is a momentum-based platformer where you must strategize that path and try not to fall and die. Now, these controls are just incredibly tight, in the world it has enough uniqueness that I ended up really liking that visual design. This package then is feature rich. It has 4,340 levels, a level editor making it near endless, leaderboards, co-op and competitive local play for up to 4 players. There's even a hardcore mode and some different color palettes. I just don't think you can argue with this price point here. It's 50% off, matching the low. Before we get further into the deals today then, thanks to Nakana.io for sponsoring today's video. As a publisher, they specialize in meaningful and sometimes experimental games, and they've delivered some absolute gold. They have 10 games on sale right now, all $1.99 USD or your regional equivalent, and a few highlights. Journey of the Broken Circle. It's a platformer with a heartfelt story where you set out to complete an imperfect circle. Just incredible how impactful this story is. Mythic Ocean then is a narrative adventure exploration game that has you under the water, teaching the gods to create a better world. They may mess it up, however, as a warning. Gameplay is just so peaceful, and the conversations incredibly entertaining to listen to. This one is a little more unusual as well, so they've dropped a demo on the eShop that you can check out first. The last game then is Please Touch the Artwork. It's a cozy puzzle game blending logic-based puzzles once again with storytelling. If you think you can recreate these paintings and solve riddles, this is going to be the game for you. It also has a demo available if you do want to check it out. So alongside these 3 titles, then head to the eShop and search for Nakana to see everything on offer. But the other games on sale right now, that is Lydia, Echo Infini, Soul Searching, Still Stands, A Night at the Races, and Cosmic Top Secret. Thanks again then to Nakana for the support, and I've linked to the eShop in the pinned comments. Chasm is 75% off and matching the low price. This one is a Metroidvania and you play as a new recruit out to prove your worth as a knight. Your goal is to investigate a fatal mine that it is rumoured got shut down, and it definitely shouldn't be. Now when you arrive, things are worse than you expected. The population has disappeared and it appears supernatural creatures are the problem. What I like about this game is the fact that each location is actually individually handcrafted, but there's a huge selection that gets stitched together with procedural generation, meaning the outcome may remain the same at all times, but the journey to get there will change with each playthrough. Expect a huge number of weapons to aid you in this journey, and yeah, it's good fun and well worth the time if you haven't reserved that Metroidvania cache for Blasphemous 2, which releases next week. And yes, shameless plug, but I reviewed that one today. I will link the video down below. Spiritfarer was a game I didn't anticipate enjoying, but it took me by surprise. I ended up actually investing in its world throughout the entire experience. So here you play as the new ferrymaster to the deceased, and your mission is to build a boat while befriending and caring for these different spirits before guiding them into the afterlife. It includes exploration, platforming, farming, fishing, and crafting. It also then supports local co-op, though I've never tried it personally, and one player there will take the role of the cats. The story, though beautifully handled, it's often tough to say goodbye to these characters, and it's easily a recommendation from me. You can see my full review in the pinned comments, but there was even some free DLC that added in new characters, and here it's 75% off and matching the low price. Cris Tales was a game that is a turn-based RPG inspired by the classics, and here we take on the role of Cris out to save the world from an evil time empress. The big gimmick with this game is we can always see into the past and the future thanks to the splits you do see on the screen. This is a big element of gameplay and becomes essential in battle and exploration as we transfer between the different time frames. Think soaking an enemy's armor in water in the past before jumping into the future and watching it rust away. It is a great system that adds a strategic element to the adventure ahead, and I'd love to see more from this team because there's some really good ideas on offer here. Where the game struggles, in my opinion, the story can't quite deliver the desired tension, and then there's way too many load screens. Watch my full review in the comments, but here it's 80% off, matching the low price. The Swords of Ditto, Mormo's Curse is 75% off and matching the low price, and this is an action-adventure game with RPG elements. If I had to make a comparison, it's going to be comparable to old school Zelda. In fact, featured it in an Alternatives to Zelda video recently here on the channel where it was SwitchUp's pickup, so I'll link that video down below. I love the vibrant world on offer though, and here we are tasked with defeating the evil witch Mormo, and should we fail, we die and live under their rule for another 100 years. It's essentially a time loop mechanic where our previous actions they impact our future characters. We also then have procedurally generated dungeons and a wide variety of weapons, abilities, and items to discover. Manifold Garden is a fantastic first-person exploration puzzle game that was released in 2020 and it's often overlooked. It plays with the concept of infinitely repeating geometry and the physics here that they create. It's honestly a hell of an achievement from a technical standpoint, and visually it is stunning. It's kind of this minimalist style. Not an easy game, nor is it the longest, but it's high up on my favourite puzzle games list. I'll be linking that down below. I'll also drop a video on Hidden Gems where I featured it as well and go into more detail. It's 50% off then, a new low price, so that is the first time we've seen it sub $10. Vitamin Connection is a fantastic co-op experience. It's just as enjoyable in single player as it is in co-op, and this one it comes from Way Forward, a team known for their quality. Now the idea here is that we play as a medication for a family, and once they get sick we get to work tackling enemies within the body. There's no question it's a strange story and honestly can even be a little long-winded at times, but the gameplay is fantastic. One player controls vertical movement and aiming, while the other controls horizontal shooting. There are some unique enemies throughout though, but you can check out my full review in the pinned comments, and I've not noticed a sale on this one in a good while. Overcooked All You Can Eat then is a quick mention because while it is a digital offer, it's not available on the eShop. Rather, head to Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop or Target in the US, where it's got a massive 88% off. That is a new low price by far, and these they should be all instant delivery. So this package, it's both the first and the second entry combined with all additional content, some bonus pieces including new levels, and they even added in online functionality. Some of the best co-op gameplay out there, and it is well worth your time. I spoke of it highly at full price, so I think this here is a no-brainer, and I have no idea how long this deal will be available for, but at time of recording, it was in stock at all outlets mentioned. Assault Android Cactus Plus is a gem of a game. It's a single player or local co-op twin stick shooter, and look, sure, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it's very good at what it does as you find yourself in a sci-fi world responding to a distress signal. I like the amount of variety though they squeezed in here. 9 playable characters, each is unique in playstyle. There's a 25 stage campaign, a boss rush mode, online leaderboards, unlocks that modify the experience, and also a new game plus. All of that for 75% off, which matches the low price. That is a steal, and we haven't seen it on sale since 2022. Layers of Fear 2 will be for the horror fans, and this really impressed me as ports go. I thought it looked great, and you can see my full thoughts in the review in the pinned comment. I don't think this was maybe as scary as the original, but honestly, love the setting. You're on a ship here, it's the golden age of Hollywood, but what follows is, of course, a descent into madness, and that is reflected in this world with the ship transforming around you. The pacing occasionally feels off in my opinion, but this is a steal of a price for genre fans, 85% off, and that is a new low price by a long shot. Our winner of the week then, it's going to Brendan McCleary, who highlighted Sword of the Vagrant. Congrats Brendan, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next week's video. Portal, a companion collection, matches the low then with 50% off, and this one it bundles both the original game and the follow-up. Now both are incredible. I'd say the second slightly wins out for me, mainly thanks to the contributing voice work from merchants. It additionally expands the formula as well, which was appreciated. They look and perform great though, the storytelling in both is incredible, the humour is on point, and the idea navigate mazes with a portal gun that can give you some seriously unique abilities. These are must-play games, and now for the Switch, being handheld, it is my favourite way to play. And that is the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library? Let me know in the comments. With that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.